This your last official meeting before you leave?
Until something else happens. Yeah.
You're leaving, aren't you?
No, it was last week.
That was last meeting.
Yeah. So I'm going tomorrow night for a different reason. But
I'd already talked to Bill, so he was kind of wrong.
okay, perfect. Yeah. Not much more to add.
Yeah.
Alright. 1 minute. We're ready to roll when the clock strikes. Perfect.
Hey, I will ask though, when you do that, give me a chance, because I'm gonna have to scroll through every one of those up there. Before you move on to the next part after that approval. Yeah.
All right, good afternoon. It's 3:00 p.m., Wednesday, April 9th, 2025. And Deputy Mayor Jacob Homiso calling to order the regular session of the Logansport Board of Public Works and Safety. And we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless America. Roll call.
Chris Martin, absent. Jacob Palmasoff,
Yep.
Levi James.
Here. All right, now on the approval of minutes for the April 2nd, 2025 meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second, is there any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Palmasoff,
Yes.
Levi James.
All right, next we're on to the approval of claims for $56,715.55. This includes claims of $45,583.05 and grant claims of $11,132.50. I'll go ahead and make a motion to accept the claims as presented.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Levi James.
Yes.
Jacob Palmasoff.
Yes. All right, now public comment. Anyone in the audience like to come forward and say anything? Please state your name and address for us. And seeing none, we have no old business, so we'll start with new business. First up, we have contracts and agreements for Joshua & Co. Window Restorers Restoration Professional Services Agreement. Dave, you're up.
Afternoon.
Afternoon.
Yes, this is a contract for some window work at the Memorial Home. This is for the east side of the building where the most dire work is needed. There's a couple windows that I've literally super glued back together. They got plastic in them and whatnot, and others where the glass and things are falling out. So this contract is to restore all the windows on the east side of the building. And we reached out to three contractors that were all suggested to us from Indiana Landmarks. Deb Parcells gave us their names. He gave us the best bid. He's been here, looked at the job, and he's committed to start working on May 1st if we would pass this contract. And with that, probably in the next Board of Works, we'll have a contract for some scaffolding. But I'd like to get this passed this evening if we could.
All right. Glad to see this getting going. Go ahead and make a motion to accept the agreement with Joshua & Co. for the window restoration at the Memorial Home.
Second.
Further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Palmasoff,
Yes.
Levi James.
Yes.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Dave.
All right, next up, we have Prime Contracting LLC Water Pipe Repair. Jan? Afternoon.
Yeah, this is for the Fairview restroom in the Chase area. It needs to be repaired, so it's fairly simple.
Very good. 935.
Come out of our building and structure fund.
Got it. All right, I'll make a motion to accept the agreement with Prime Contracting.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Levi Jones,
Yes.
Jacob Palmasol.
Yes. All right. Next up, we have Smalls Maintenance and Electrical. It's still you, Jan?
This is for the new splash pad at Iron Horse Park. To get that finished, we have to increase the electricity. I don't know what that is. I don't think it's to phase two, but it does have to be a meteor, I guess if you will, a meteor electricity.
Service.
Yeah. So. And I think that's coming out of RDC funds. I'm pretty sure it is actually, for the splash pad.
Okay. I will make a motion to accept the meter base upgrade agreement with Smalls Maintenance and Electrical.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Palmasol,
Yes.
Levi Jones.
Yes.
All right. And next up, we have Reed Roofing for roof replacement.
This is for the Penman Building, and it's in our budget to get this done this year.
Great. All right. Go ahead and make a motion to accept the agreement with Reed Roofing for the roof replacement in the Penman Building.
Second.
All right. Any further discussion? Call for question.
Levi Jones,
Yes.
Jacob Palmasol.
Yes. All right. And last up for you, we have Crumlish and Crumlish Architects for the storage building.
This is the storage building we've been trying to build for a year at the golf course, so anyway, we're going to get that done this year. So, and the permits, just, the state is not giving us a permit without having the stamp of an architect, so,
Oh, yeah. Common
you
tip.
know, this will come out of Dykeman's contractual services, I expect, yeah.
Okay. I'll go ahead and make a motion to accept the agreement for the storage building with Crumlish and Crumlish Architects.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Palmasol,
Yes.
Levi Jones.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jan.
Thanks, Jan.
All right, next up, we have Sentinel Emergency Solutions. Afternoon, Chief.
Good afternoon.
What do we got here?
This is a purchase agreement with Sentinel to purchase a new fire engine. Council approved the resolution for it on Monday night. So grand total of $918,165, and we'll see it in just over 3 years.
There we go. Love it. Got to get it started. All right, well, I'll go ahead and make a motion to accept the agreement with Sentinel Emergency Solutions.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Palmasol,
Yes.
Levi Jones.
Yes.
Thanks, Chief. All right, next up, we have the Rental Property Inspector Monthly Report for March 2025. Afternoon, Christian. Afternoon. What do we got?
All right, so for March, I inspected 36 parcels, 147 units in those parcels. 20 parcels were new inspections, 16 were re-inspections. I was able to hand out 10 certificates. As far as the rental registration or registry is concerned, I was able to register 10 new properties. I removed 4 properties from the rental registry, and vacant registry is a little blank, so. When it comes to the letter sent for this month, I was able to send out 105. So that's it.
All right. Go ahead and make a motion to accept the monthly report for the rental inspector.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Levi Jones,
Yes.
Jacob Palmasol.
Yes.
Thanks, Christian.
All right, next up, community development. We have a demolition request for 1203 Ash Street. Is anyone here to represent 1203 Ash Street?
It's an emergency condemnation.
Emergency condemnation, okay.
So 3/28/25, I was dispatched to 1203 Ash Street, house fire. It has some structural damage, electrical was compromised, and some of the plumbing was compromised. So at this time, it's non-livable. The owner is plans are to renovate it, so at this time, it is boarded up and secured, so under condemnation.
So it's under condemnation, so we're just affirming your emergency condemnation today. So, okay, great. Well, I'll go ahead and make a motion to accept the condemnation request for 1203 Ash Street.
I'll second that motion.
All right, is there any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Thomasall.
Yes.
Levi Jones.
Yes.
Thanks, Rob. Thank you. All right, next up, we have Fire Department. First, we have the monthly report for March 2025.
See you again, Chief.
Yeah, we're back, quick.
All right, so for the month of March, we had 169 alarms, had one structure fire, 7 false alarms, 1 vehicle fire, 14 vegetation trash fires, 106 first responder calls. We did 1 extrication, 2 other rescues, 2 hazmat oil dries, 12 service calls, and 2 incidents involving power lines, 10 smoke and odor calls, and 11 motor vehicles. Motor vehicle accidents, I'm sorry. Of those, 109 were residential, 22 businesses, 3 factories, 1 nursing home, 5 government properties, 1 school, 1 church, 1 DOC, 23 on streets and highways, 3 agricultural. No medical transports. Our inspector did 23 inspections. He also attended the Indiana Fire Inspectors Association Conference in Noblesville. And he took the fire 2 inspector class in Carmel, and he got his state certification in that. And then again, 1203 Ash Street, on March 28th at 12:24, we were dispatched for a structure fire. Had flames openly burning from the front of the house. They initially attacked the fire from the exterior. They moved to interior, extinguishing fire, doing primary search. No one was home at the time of the fire, and a dog perished in the fire. The home to the north of the building sustained damage resulting from radiant heat. LFD was assisted at the scene by the Logansport Police Department, Cass County EMS, Cass County EMA, and the Logansport Building Commissioner. The investigation was conducted by the Indiana State Fire Marshal's Office. It was determined to be accidental. There was 1 minor injury to a firefighter and no civilian injuries. And I want to add, our guys, they were short-staffed that day of the fire, and 3 guys did the work of about 8, and it sounds like they're going to rebuild the building, so that's fantastic.
Absolutely.
So they did, and stop the damage to the house to the north, so they did a lot of work for being short-staffed.
That's
So
excellent.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Chief. All right, well, I'll go ahead and make a motion to accept the Fire Department's monthly report.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Levi Jones.
Yes.
Jacob Thomasall.
Yes. All right, next up, we have a promotion request.
Jeremy, you want to come on up? Please accept this letter requesting the promotion of Jeremy Sterrett to the position of Assistant Chief. Jeremy will be filling the position left vacant by the retirement of Mike Ott. Jeremy's been with the Logansport Fire Department for 12 years. He has served as a lieutenant and a captain within the department. He holds many Indiana State certifications, including fire instructor, fire officer strategy and tactics, and fire officer, and several others. I'm requesting this promotion be made effective April 5th, 2025.
Thanks, Chief. Jeremy, anything you want to say?
I appreciate the opportunity and look forward to the upcoming adventure.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Charge of all new fire engines, is that?
I don't know about that. I'll do my part.
There we go. All right, I will go ahead and make a motion to accept the promotion request for Jeremy Sterrett to Assistant Chief.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Thomasall.
Yes.
Levi Jones.
Yes.
Congratulations. All right. Thank you, Chief. Next up, we have the Street Department. We'll start with their monthly report. Afternoon, Chad. How was the month?
Oh, that's pretty good. We collected 133 brush loads, take out to the compost site. 26 brush loads were taken by private contractors. We collected 57 loads of yard waste bags. We hauled 221 tons of sweepings to the landfill. We took 34 tons of mulch to the landfill. We started bringing in compost and mulch free for the citizens. 16 loads of mulch, 7 loads of compost. Only one item of Freon was removed. We brought in 52 tons of sand, 10 tons of patch, 541 tons of gravel. We spent a lot of time stoning alleys this month, or in March. 159 hours filling potholes, 257 hours in those alleys. Just a little bit of snow and ice removal. 32 hours doing cutbacks, 122 hours working at the compost site. We helped code enforcement with 5 property cleanups. We drove 8,683 miles. And overtime hours worked 29. Most of that was storm damage and sweeping. And had 4 emergency call-outs. That's it.
All right. I will go ahead and make a motion to accept the street department's monthly report.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Palmso,
Yes.
Levi Jones.
Yes.
All right, next up, we have a bunch of applications for curb street cut. So, Chad, are all of the ones under the Roto-Rooter, are all of those Miller Pipeline?
No, the first one, 315 Riverview Street,
Yeah.
was Roto-Rooter. They did a sewer line, and I contacted them today. I mean, that project's done. Someone on that block has already complained, so I contacted them today and said they need to add more stone to the cut. So if you want to approve that one, then the rest of them will expedite by kind of explaining it. Then
Okay,
let's go
well,
through-
I was gonna say, it looks like the rest of that one.
The next
project.
14 are Miller Pipeline doing work for.
That's why I wanted to run through all of those together. So, okay, well, let's go ahead and start out with the Roto-Rooter, since that one's separate. So I'll go ahead and make a motion to accept the curb street cut request for 315 Riverview Street.
Second.
All right, call for question.
Jacob Palmso,
Yes.
Levi Jones.
Yes.
All right, and tell us about the Miller Pipeline one.
Yes, it's the same procedure, replacing existing gas service for NIPSCO with 1-inch plastic service. Miller Pipeline is performing work for NIPSCO, and there are 14 different addresses on here.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and run through the addresses, and then do you have any issues with any of them?
No.
Okay. I'll go ahead and read them off then. So we have a Miller Pipeline application for curb street cut request for NIPSCO at 3117 Summit Avenue, 3122 Fairview Avenue, 3131 East Market Street, 3211 Crescent Avenue, 204 Siebold Street, 315 Coles Street, 401 Schultz Street, 600 Marlton Road, 820 Sunset Drive, 858 Garfield Street, 2510 Stadium Drive, 2711 Emmett Drive, 2712 Emmett Drive, and 3097 East Market Street. Make a motion to accept those curb and street cut requests.
Second.
All right, is there any further discussion? Call for question.
Levi Jones,
Yes.
Jacob Palmso.
Yes. All right, thanks,
Thanks,
Chad.
Chad.
All right, next up, we have code enforcement. First, we have the weekly report. Councilman Randy, how was the week?
Busy, very busy. All right, so last week we sent out 47 first notices for trash. We got 27 that were cleared from the week before. We still have 42 properties that are pending. We sent out 11 citations last week. We did 1 property cleanup. So we had 11 notices to appear. We've had 1 property brought in and 1 more property cleanup ordered. There's listed the properties that got sent the notice to appear for last week. Tagged 10 more cars last week. We had 6 that were cleared by the owner, and we got 8 that are still extended or pending.
I will go ahead and make a motion to accept code enforcement's weekly report.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Palmso,
Yes.
Levi Jones.
Yes.
All right, and next up, we have requests for property cleanup for multiple violation properties. First up, we have 110 West Miami. Is anyone here to represent 110 West Miami Avenue? Seeing nobody, Randy, go ahead.
This one was actually tabled. It's been tabled a couple times since February 27th. I would like to inform that it is completely cleaned up at this time. It's
Great.
completely done, so.
Wonderful. Okay, and the cleanup was the only thing to address, right? There was no multiple violation
Left to
stuff?
address, yep.
Great. Well, I'll go ahead and make a motion to vote on the property cleanup for 110 West Miami Avenue.
Second.
Discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Palmasol,
No.
Levi Jones.
No.
All right, next up, we have an appeal for 203 North Psychic Street. Is anyone here to represent 203 North Psychic Street? Yes, please come forward and state your name for us.
So we have David G. Sebastian Baltazar. Her name is Magdalena Marcos, and she has a contract with this person. He's the owner, but she has a contract because she bought the house. And so she never got any letters about the dates that she had to pay. So she never paid anything because she never got the letters in her mail. So that's why she's here to appeal, because she never got those. I think they sent it to him that in Seymour, he lives in Seymour, so we never knew anything, but he contacted us about this 1,000 that we have to pay it. So what we know is that everything right now, we have it cleaned it up. We picked everything that is in there. If you see, there is the bed and trash can. So those are not trash. She just moved like 10 months when they started taking pictures that it was trash, but it was not trash because she just moved in the house. So everything was there. It's her stuff that she was trying to put it in her house. So technically it was not trash. But on this day, if you go see there, there's not anything there that like in that picture. So everything is good.
This actually, the reason why this got the $1,000 fine, sorry, is because this is the third time in a 12-month period we've had to be to this property. The time before this, again, this was in December, we had mattresses laying on the street. And she was already living there at that time, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. This last one was in February. We had mattresses laying outside the property and trash and stuff. Back in March of last year, we had the same issue with mattresses and trash out there. So, and I understand their point. They're saying they're not getting the letters, but there is nothing on record of this contract. So if you've got a contract, you need to get that filed. I believe it's with the title company, I believe.
Recorder's office.
Recorder's office.
They charge you $10, I think.
Yeah. So, because right now, all of our stuff goes to them, goes to Mr. Sebastian Baltazar. Now, whether he informs them or not, it's just like a rental to us.
Yeah.
So we aren't obligated to send them the letters and stuff to it. We make sure they get the first notice, but after that,
Yeah.
we have to deal with the property owner. So, I mean, I appreciate them getting a hold of us, but to say this is just a one-time thing, this isn't. This is 3 times that this has
Yeah.
happened in a 12-month period.
So has there been any communication outside of just right now?
They contacted the office and asked for the appeal.
Okay.
And the communication we've had.
So I guess what can we do to make sure that this doesn't happen in the future? Because that's what we really want, is for the property to be clean, which it is now.
At this moment,
At
yeah.
this moment it is. We want it to stay that way. So how can we guarantee that? Because it wasn't just, this one time with the trash can and stuff like that going in. Obviously, it's been multiple times over the last year. And so how can we make sure that that doesn't happen again in a couple of months?
If they can mail her everything, because now she brings the contract to her.
No, that's not what I'm saying. So we don't want to have to mail her and tell her that she has to clean up the property, is what we're saying. What we want is for us to not have to deal with it ever again, so that she doesn't have to get a letter. We definitely want her to go to the recorder's office and get that recorded, so that if there is a problem, that she's getting the letters, and so that she can protect herself on that house as well. But we don't want to have to send her any more letters. What we want is for her to keep the property clean, and so if she needs to know when she can get rid of items, if that's a problem with the mattresses, then make sure to get with him so that she knows how to get rid of your mattress, how to get rid of certain things, because you can do that for free at least once a month. And if you have too much stuff, you can reach out and find ways to get rid of it. I also noticed that they have the brown,
The smaller container.
the smaller trash container. I don't know if it would be helpful to have, you're allowed to have a bigger one. You can have that for free. And so that might be a good idea.
Question on this one too, is this list as a duplex. So is it a duplex or is it a single-family home now?
Él quiere saber que, I'm gonna translate it to her. Entonces lo que quieren hacer ahorita, más que nada te voy a decir lo que él está preguntando. Tiene una pregunta que ahora si la casa es solo una casa o ahora es como dos apartamentos, porque lo que él sabe son dos apartamentos, entonces él quiere saber si ahora lo tienes como solo una casa o ahora son como dos casas. Son dos apartamentos. It's a duplex.
The duplex.
Duplex, so,
So it should have 2 bins.
yeah, it should have 2 bins, but it also falls under the rental part of it as well. So it needs to have the rental inspections, even if
Oh,
it's
yes.
on contract, they still need to do that stuff as well.
Definitely. Well, so there's a couple of things that I think we can address that would be good to address. Number one, maybe would be that rental property thing, because if that's being rented out, then we need to make sure that that's in the right system and of the right quality. So I'm wondering if we can, kind of include that in what we do here on getting anything. Christian, do you have anything on that?
Yeah, I'll talk to them after this.
Okay. So make sure to get with him after this. But, I mean, what do we think? 6 months, 12 months? If we can,
Say if we don't have another problem for 6 months, then we're good, but if we do, then this fine needs to be placed.
yeah. So we're willing, as long as you go through and get your rental property stuff figured out with the rental property inspector so that that's registered and all on the up and up, and then you keep the property clean permanently, not just for 6 months, but as long as you don't have another violation within the next 6 months, then we will waive the fine. But if it happens again within that time or within the next 12 months, we will place that $1,000 fine, and we have the ability to place another fine because it would be another violation within 12 months. So I just want to make sure everybody understands that.
I would suggest too is that if you do have it under contract, you go get that recorded.
Yes.
Because right now, there's nothing, when we look these properties up, when we call over there, whatever we do, there is nothing that states she has any hand or any.
Interest in it.
Any interest in this property.
And that's just,
2 or 3 more people.
He could be selling it.
that's to protect her. That really is. So I would go ahead and make a motion to approve the appeal for 203 North Sycott Street with the requirement that there are no more violations within 6 months, and that you work with the rental property inspector to get this properly registered.
Can translate to her everything. So
Just to be clear, she is on contract and it is not a single-family home at all. She's not the only one that lives there, so it is being rented out as a duplex, just to be clear.
yes.
Okay.
Entonces todo lo que explicaron ahorita, o ya que para 6 meses o 12 meses, yo todo ese mes yo no hay basura, es muy limpio en mi propiedad ya. Si en 12 meses hay basura en mi propiedad ya, entonces ojatón $1,000 sí, y aparte probablemente ya más todo. Entonces lo que ellos quieren es que a 12 a 6 meses más basura y que esperemos que nunca haya más basura here. Entonces por el momento van a apelar los mismos a todos y pues esperemos que no haya y que arregles que tienes que ir aquí abajo y tienes que poner que tú tienes el contrato en el sistema Maishin Kelly que tú el contrato ya, por eso Maishin y Kunch Ocha correo Maishin o sea, ellos no saben que también van a rentar mi pipa, entonces eso se tiene que arreglar también. Ellos tienen que ver con un batch Hampan Store and Mata si están pagando mucho o menos, así Hampan Store. Entonces por ahorita Angina que tienes un contrato, pero a la vez se están rentando aquí arriba. Entonces, Ok, si le puedes decir que la ciudad ya fue a hacer una inspección de toda la casa está bien. Nos hicieron cambiar unas ventanas, cosas que hacemos, pero ya fue una inspección de la ciudad. Okay. So she wanted to say this, so the city already went and inspected all the house, everything, and then they did the roofing and the windows, so they fixed that because she had a problem when she moved out. There was like a lot of stuff that it needed to fix. That's why there was a lot of stuff there, like trash, and we were saying because they were doing a lot of stuff in the house, trying to fix windows, put windows that some rooms that they didn't have, and then but now everything's fixed, and I just say everything that I heard.
Well, thank you. As long as she understands, what we said and what's being done here today, that's good for us. So I'll make that motion.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I'll second.
Okay. Is there any further discussion on this one? All right, call for question.
Jacob Palmso,
Yes.
Levi Jones.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so next up, we have 1819 High Street. Is anyone here to represent 1819 High Street? And seeing no one, Randy, go ahead.
This one started on March 18th. This is trash and debris around the garage and the back of the property on the alley. The owner has cleaned it up, but he's claiming he's getting dumped on by others in the area. We've suggested that he gets cameras and stuff, but the odd part about it is that the stuff that he says got dumped, he actually put inside his garage. So it's like, yeah.
That's
So,
good stuff.
To me, this is a multiple violation. If he wants to appeal it, that's fine, but I feel like he needs to have a fine and come in and explain what his actions are to stop this, because it's not the third time.
Absolutely. So where's this, a 500 then?
This is a 0 to 500.
I'll go ahead and, so we don't need the cleanup, right?
We don't need a cleanup on this one, no.
Okay, so let's vote on the cleanup first. So I'll go ahead and make a motion to vote on the property cleanup for 1819 High Street.
I'll second.
And call for question.
Jacob Palmso,
No.
Levi Jones.
Okay, now I'll make a motion to place a $500 fine on 1819 High Street for multiple violations.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? Call for question.
Levi Jones,
Yes.
Jacob Palmso,
Yes. All right. Next up, we have 1527 High Street. Is there anyone here to represent 1527 High Street? Seeing nobody, Randy, go ahead.
All right, this one started on March 18th. This is a multiple violation property. This is actually the third time this year we've been to this property. We've done 2 previous cleanups on it before. Brian and I, well, the first one I did myself. Second one Brian and I just did back in the beginning of February. And again, we're back again with this. We've had no contact from the people that live there. We're not sure if the person that owns the property lives there or not, but because we think it's a rental, we haven't got a definite answer on that. But again, we're still looking at, it looks the exact same right now as what it did when I took these pictures.
So this one needs a cleanup then.
The cleanup and a fine.
Okay. And then where does this fall on the tier system?
We've already
$500.
We've already done a previous cleanup and stuff on it, and that building was about 600 is what that last cleanup was that we put on this one without any other fines on it. And we'll have to do another cleanup now, and I would like to see a fine placed on that as well.
But this is T1, 0 to 500? Okay. All right. Well, I will go ahead and make a motion to vote on the property cleanup for 1527 High Street.
I'll second.
All right. Call for question.
Jacob Palmso,
Yes.
Levi Jones.
Yes.
I will make a motion to place a $500 fine on 1527 High Street for multiple violations.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? Call for question.
Levi Jones,
Yes.
Jacob Palmso,
Yes. All right. Next up, we have 826 17th Street. Is anyone here to represent 826 17th Street? I'm seeing no one. Randy, go ahead.
This one's just simple trash and debris on the property. As of right now, the property hasn't been cleaned up. We have no contact with the owner or the owner. Of the
Has
property.
not been cleaned up?
No, it has not.
Okay. All right, well, I'll go ahead and make a motion to vote on the property cleanup for 826 17th Street.
I'll second.
Is there any further discussion? This isn't multiple violation, right?
No, this is just a cleanup.
All right, any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Palmso,
Yes.
Levi Jones,
Yes.
All right, next up, we have 503 Northern Avenue. Is there anyone here to represent 503 Northern Avenue? And seeing nobody, Randy, go ahead.
All right, this one started out as trash and debris. We have other issues on this property. It's supposed to be sold on a contract. We have nothing on file for it. It's actually supposed to be an empty property. We're not sure, there didn't see any electric or anything hooked up to it, but there has been people in and out of it. Actually, Rob and I have been involved with this, the building commissioner's been involved with it as well, as we're dealing with the issues with it. But right now, we need to get the cleanup started, and then we can move forward with the other down the road.
All right.
It's a lot of scrap material.
Yeah. Okay, well, and this is not a multiple violation.
Not a
right?
multiple violation at this time.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to vote on the property cleanup for 503 Northern Avenue.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Palmso,
Yes.
Levi Jones,
Yes.
Next up, we have 507 Northern Avenue. Is there anyone here to represent 507 Northern Avenue? Seeing no one, Randy, go ahead.
Again, this is the same way, there's a bunch of scrap materials and stuff there. They're trying to hide it all inside the fence now, but the fence itself, the neighbor's fence is starting to fall over because of it. There's actually boards that are holding the fence up from the neighbor's garage to that. So the entire thing, we just need to get cleanup ordered on it and go through and get it cleaned up and gone. And the section that is actually isn't just, it's just plywood and stuff that's hiding it. We want to remove that as well and clean the entire thing.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to vote on the property cleanup for 507 Northern Avenue.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? Call for question.
Levi Jones,
Yes.
Jacob Palmso.
Yes. All right. And last but not least, we have 519 Northern Avenue. Is there anyone here to represent 519 Northern Avenue? And seeing nobody, Randy, go ahead.
Again, this one, it started late February. This is trash, debris, and furniture on the property. As of this morning, it still looks the exact same. Actually, they've added more to it. Trying to hide it in the woods just doesn't cut it. So we just want to get it ordered.
Not this time of year. Okay.
It's your worst violation, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is
Yeah, exactly.
4 of them. Yeah.
Oh, well. Well, what a big impact this will all have then. Okay, I'll make a motion to vote on the property cleanup for 519 Northern Avenue.
Second.
Any further discussion?
You know, collectors or something, I mean, or
The
recyclers, or what do you call them?
The 503 and 507 are connected, I think, somehow like related or something. But the 519's total separate, and that's a brand new rebuilt house on the end, and it's starting to look like this. So I'm not sure, I believe because it's just on the fringe, they believe that they can do whatever they want, but we're still in the city limits, so.
Further discussion? Call for question.
Levi Jones,
Yes.
Jacob Palmso.
Yes. All right. Thanks, Randy.
Suggestion maybe on this, on these ones where the rental units, and we know we're certifying letters to the owners, it might be advantageous to spend an extra buck, send the same letter to the occupant, and you wouldn't maybe have a situation like we just heard.
Yeah.
Just only on the ones where the owner has a different address. That way, whoever's in that residence would also know on the first notice that there's a problem.
Now, typically, they have the post something there, right? So there's usually at least some notice, but
We did post it on the property
Yeah.
itself.
It'd be worth looking into, or at least seeing, maybe keeping track over the next couple of weeks of how many we would have to send it to, and then we can at least predict the cost or something like that. So let's just keep track of that.
Certifieds right now are running almost $10 per letter we send out. So that just gives you an idea, we sent out.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be certified. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be certified, because the certified is the requirement from the state code level. But if we're just trying to do something extra, then we probably wouldn't have as many issues. But,
Maybe, I don't know, we can try it, see if it helps.
yeah. So, okay. Board member comments? Anybody got anything?
I have nothing today.
I do not have anything either. And so we will move on to miscellaneous business and any matters not already considered, including ADA Section 504 compliance or concerns. Seeing none, I will make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All right, call for question.
Eli Jones,
Yes.
Jacob Palmesen.
Yes, we are adjourned, 3:40 PM. Thanks, everybody.